Good morning. So I slept into about 6 this morning, and I feel a lot better than yesterday. You know, I don't know, that wind just howled yesterday across those summits, and I think it just sucked the energy out of me. Could have been altitude. I don't know. We're at 12,000 feet. I've never really dealt with altitude sickness before, but I just had zero energy. And I got about 13 hours of sleep and I feel good this morning, so we're climbing. We'll see what happens. The other thing I'm dealing with this morning is I just noticed that my pack hip belt is gonna fall off one side here. I had no idea when I started. It had no indication of that when I left home, or I would have brought my ULA circuit. But anyway, somebody asked me, one of my subscribers asked me why I would carry wire ties in the bottom of my pack. Well, you're about to find out, because I don't know that this hip belt's gonna make it all the way to Durango, another 250 miles. And I may have to wire strap it on there. But again, I'm not bitching. I'm not screaming warranty. This pack has probably, why did I buy this pack? So I bought this pack, it's about 11 ounces lighter than my old pack. It's not Dyneema, which I'm not a big fan of. I thought Ultra 200 might be the holy grail of backpacking material, but it's sailcloth. So maybe sailcloth is for sailors. I don't know. But you know, if you're a recreational backpacker, this will probably last you years because it's on the wall more than it's on your back. But if you're going to do a thru hike, just know that you're buying a pack that's going to last you a thru hike. This pack, since I bought it last fall, I figured by the end of this trip I would have about 25, 26 plus miles on it. And that's like the PCT. It's 2650. So this pack will last you one good thru hike, and it's definitely not the workmanship, because this thing is sewn well. I mean, it's just quality workmanship on it. It's the material that gave way. Right here, I can still see the stitchings in there. It's just that Ultra 200's ripped out, and I'm just hanging by really the there's padding in there that's ripped, and then on the backing to that padding is all that's holding it on there. And so anyway, would I buy this pack again? Yeah, I probably would. I like this pack. I'm just going in next time knowing it's a 2,500 miler. Such is life. So the game plan today is to get to close to Monarch Pass as I can, about 18 miles. The lodge there has my resupply box. It also has breakfast. And I think for $10, I can use all the facilities for the day: shower, laundry. And did I tell you it has dinner? So my plan is go in, get my resupply early tomorrow. If I miss breakfast, I'm not going in. I may go to the Butterfly House. It's a little hostel down the street, just a little ways down the pass. But if everything works out okay, I'll just get my resupply, clean up my body and my clothes, get the stink off me, head for Lake City. So it's as calm as a placid lake here, well, compared to usual. But I was just coming over this summit right up here, and it is blowing so hard that, I mean, I'd video up there, except I'm doing everything I can to hang on to my hat, and I did chase my hat for the third time in 3 days right up there. I'll tell you, the fastest way to do the Colorado Trail would be parasail. Just go from summit to summit. But anyway, this wind is so strong, and it has been for 2 days, that, I mean, you can actually lean into it. You have to lean into it, otherwise it'll push you backwards. But then all of a sudden it'll just stop, and you'll fall forward or fall down. It's just that crazy. Now this is just a glorious August Colorado day, but to that wind mix you add rain or hail and you'll be wishing you had my patrol poncho, my chaps, my Showa gloves. You wouldn't use your umbrella or you would be over on that peak already. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. You just have to deal with the elements. That's what it's all about out here. So I ran into a kid at the last trail junction who said, "Don't mind me, I'm just meditating." And I thought, what a great idea. This is August, right? The trail actually has been an old rail bed for quite a few miles, and somebody must have had problems up here and abandoned this thing in the winter. A lot of people that really aren't into backpacking will say to me, "Do you hike alone?" And I always tell them no, because even out here in the middle of nowhere, I mean, I think I'm 50 miles from everything. All you have to do is sit down and make a tortilla wrap, and a couple day hikers with their dogs will come along and you'll have to get out of the trail. I'm sitting right in the trail thinking, who's coming along? Well, I just had to move. Maybe this is the way to go. Just did stupid again. So right back here the trail was a Jeep road for a while, and then it cut off at a sharp angle, and right at that cutoff I heard noise and I turned around and there's a Jeep coming up the trail. Took video of it, as you can see, and then just walked right past my trail junction and started following that Jeep up the road, thinking that's how we were going to get to the summit. I didn't get too far. I made it to the first switchback and I thought, you know, I'm going to check my far out, which is a far out thing to do on a regular basis. And then I knew I messed up and I looked right back and I could see the trail going off the direction it was supposed to, but still feeling a whole lot better than yesterday. And I think, you know, it's all part of a through hike. A lot of people quit on a day like yesterday. And, you know, is it nutrition? Is it weather? Lack of sleep? Altitude? I mean, it could be a combination of things, but you have to kind of self-diagnose. And the cure is usually to take some time off. I mean, you take a day off, you know, if a town would be great, but even if you're not near a town, just climb in your tent for 13 hours and sleep and you'll feel refreshed and ready to go again. Just saying. Okay, there's my next saddle. So I made it to mile 68.5 on the Collegiate West. So I'm at Boss Lake Reservoir. And just down a couple of miles on a Jeep road is Monarch Lodge, where I'll get my resupply tomorrow. So we're going to call it a day today. Keep smiling. See you in the morning.